This time on Low Boost, we rivet a bunch of panels on our Factory 5 Type 65 Shelby Daytona Coupe. Okay, so took all the panels out, siliconed all the seams, got some all over me. And then what I did was I put all the clecos all the way back in one panel. Then I'm taking out a couple of them, riveting, and then taking out more and riveting them. So I know that it's going to stay in place and not move around. I waited a day for the silicone to kind of harden, so it really shouldn't go anywhere. And so I'm just slowly taking some out in certain places and then riveting them in as I take the clecos out. Should hold it all in place pretty nicely. Wowza, silicone and rivet city. Couple of technical notes. These riveted instead of some people screw them, because I'm actually going to be screwing the top transmission tunnel panel from there. And I didn't rivet these in yet because when I put the top panel on, they'll all get riveted in that way. And I couldn't really get a whole lot of rivets in there. There's a little bit of a space, which I'll silicone it when I'm done. I had to use longer rivets than the ones that I was originally using. These are a little thicker and longer to get into some of those tight spots, but I don't have as many of these, so I use those where I needed to. And for smaller panels, I just use this. These are probably more for if you have to go through multiple panels to make it work. And then I siliconed as much as I could. I'll probably silicone every seam after it's all done, like caulk, because that is where the water will get through. This is definitely going to get a patch panel there or some extra silicone, and I'm going to silicone all along the seams so we don't get any water intrusion while we're driving. Not that we're driving in the rain much, but we want it to be functional. So what I've found is the best way to do this is silicone on, all the clecos on, hold it in there really good, and then just kind of remove every other one so it stays in there nice and good. Then rivet those, remove a little bit more, rivet those, and they stay in pretty good. Now, I haven't looked at the manual in a little while here. Maybe I should, but I feel like there shouldn't be a gap here, and they just couldn't get this thing in together. It comes in a separate piece, this piece here. So I just drilled 3 holes, and I'm gonna rivet these 2 panels together on the inside because I'm 90% sure there shouldn't be a gap there. And with the original holes, they didn't have them there, but gonna have it now. If you're looking for a great way to support our channel, check out lowboostfilms.com. Not only does this support the channel, but you'll look great while you do it as well. We have a great selection of different types of apparel and merchandise that you guys can buy. I also have a selection of car parts and tools that we've reviewed on the channel that we know work well for sale on there as well at a good price, so make sure you check it out. This is really a process. I mean, this video is only, what, 5-6 minutes long at best, but this took hours upon hours to do and to do it right. So just take your time with it. I went section by section, but made sure not to rivet things I had to put more than one panel through, and that really kind of helped it out. A bunch of places where the clecos were fine with just the drill bit, I had to hit it again with the drill bit just to hog it out just enough to fit the actual rivets through, and that took a little bit more time as well. I still haven't done all the rivets on the back of the car. Once the gas tank is fully in and fully secure, exactly where I want it, then I'll go ahead and rivet all that down. I still want to make sure I have all the brake lines exactly where I want it to be, so it's easier to do that way. Hi. Once the driver's side was done, it's time to flip it around to have a little bit more easier access to do the passenger side. And now that I'm on the passenger side, I can really start to take a look at what the AC situation looks like. So I did a lot of the rivets off camera on this because it's really tedious and it's time consuming, but I still was able to get it done. If I put it on camera, you guys would just get bored. I time-lapsed some of it, but it is what it is. I also made sure to put silicone in between each seam before I actually finally riveted it down because I don't want any water to get through, as well as I don't want it to rattle while I'm driving down the road. But I'm running out of things to do on the car before it's time to actually put the engine in. But I do think I'm going to try to at least put in some of the HVAC system into the car. So I flipped it around, as you can see, and we'll get started on working on that. I will say, if you're working in a big garage or a small garage, it is definitely good to get these wheel dollies, especially on a car that has no engine in it. You can definitely move it around pretty easy, and even more so with the Factory 5 without any engine in it at all. It's pretty light, so it's really easy to move around without even stressing yourself out. So I'll put a link to these wheel dollies. You can get them on Amazon. So next up, really gonna focus on the AC system now that I have the car flipped around this way. And once that's done, I'm gonna bleed the brakes. That way we can stop it. And then we'll put it on the trailer, bring it back to my dad's because the engine and transmission is just about ready to go in this thing. So then we can wire it up and then fire it and then really start making some progress on this thing. So stay tuned to all that. If you can't wait until next week's episode, make sure to check out these videos that I already have ready to go.